Hey, back, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who. And this is Vengeance on Varos from 1985. Now, previously, we'd had Attack of the Cybermen, and then the next episode will be The Mark of the Rani. Now, this is from season 22. It is the second story and comprises of 2 episodes, which are 45 minutes long. It was transmitted on the 19th of January 1985 and the 26th of January 1985. It's written by Philip Martin, who also wrote Mind Warp, which was 1986, and part of The Trial of the Time Lord. It's directed by Ron Jones. Now, in terms of contributions to Doctor Who, directed Black Orchid, 1982, Time Flight, 1982, Arc of Infinity, 1983, Frontiers, 1984, and Mind Warp, 1986, which is part of the Trial of the Time Lord series. The script editor is Eric Sayward, and of course it's produced by John Nathan Turner, the showrunner of the series. The music is by Jonathan Gibbs, and it's a studio-bound story. There's no locations involved. I must say that the set designs are wonderful again, absolutely wonderful. You look at them and just think, wow, this, again, it really adds to the quality of the production, what they managed to achieve with what, the low budgets. It's absolutely fantastic. It looks really good. Right, so let's go through the cast. We've got, of course, Colin Baker, who plays the 6th Doctor. Nicola Bryant, who plays Perry. Then we have got Nabil Shaban, who plays Syl. And of course, he appears again in the Mind Warp from 1986, which is part of the Trial of the Time Lord. He was in the film City of Joy, 1992. Children of Men, which is a very popular one, 2007. He's also in a lot of TV dramas, TV documentaries involved in production, and so that's Nabil Shaban. And then we've got Martin Jarvis, who plays the Governor. Now, films he was involved in: Secrets of a Windmill Girl, 1966, The Last Escape, 1970, Taste the Blood of Dracula, 1970, which is a Hammer film. And I think one of the best of the Dracula series of Hammer films. It is a fantastic film, absolutely. Then he was in Buster, 1988. Phil Collins, of course, in that one. And he was in James Cameron's Titanic. Yes, 1997. What a film. Yes, it is. It's a James Cameron film. And then he was in The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, 2011, and United Passions, 2014. Previously, he'd been in The Web Planet in Doctor Who, 1965, and Invasion of the Dinosaurs, 1974. So he's got a tremendous variety of work he's involved in. Really great. And the fact he's been in Doctor Who before, brilliant. Then we've got Forbes Collins, who plays the chief officer. He was in Intimate Games, 1976, Black Joy, 1977, Tess, which is a Polanski film from 1979. He was in Biggles, Biggles, 1986, and The Fruit Machine, 1988. And then we've got Jason Connery, who plays John Doe. Of course, he is the son of the legendary Sean Connery. And Jason Connery made his mark in the series Robbing of Sherwood, 1986. He was I think he was the second one. He was a replacement for the first one, and his name totally escaped. I think it's Michael Praed, who played the first Robin. But he was very popular in that, and he's gone on to do a lot of TV series, TV films, and again, often involved in production and kind of thing. So, yeah, brilliant cast. So, what is this about? Well, the story is set on the planet Varos, and torture and executions are broadcast to the public as entertainment. And the alien mining representative is extorting the planet's governor into selling valuable ore, which is Zeton 7, and to his company cheaply. So we've got a corruption business going on here in this society, which is controlling the population through the videos. And this, of course, reflects very much the time, this story. There were concerns at this time about video nasties. Oh yes, you remember all that business, and snuff movies. Do snuff movies exist? I don't know. But we had all this controversy, and it's interesting as well because complaints were made against this story. Not from just usual Mary Whitehouse sources, but other members of the public who felt, I think, that it was rather violent for a children's show. And the scene particularly that really got people talking was the acid bath scene. And this, we see the doctor push somebody into the acid bath, was not considered really good. It was violent, and the doctor in this role, he's not really often seen as one who is a protagonist in terms of doing things like this. And it wasn't always, some of the fandom didn't like, I don't think, this portrayal of the doctor. Yet, it's interesting because the fandom also rates this possibly as the best story from the Colin Baker era, and it certainly is well thought of that. I think maybe if you look at it like this, Colin Baker has this still, there's the reputation still hanging over him. I've talked about it previous weeks, all because of the twin dilemma story, and it's not endearing him to the fandom, I don't think, as much. But yeah, when you look at it, It looks different. It looks better. Yes, I certainly see this story. I enjoyed it. Yes, I think it's good. I think it's a really good story. And I think that is now the popular opinion, that this is not a bad story at all. That it is one of the best of the Colin Baker era. And then people will say yes, but no. I think it's good. I found it just very entertaining. And Perry's great as well. I think we should mention her a lot. She's really good in this. Fantastic. She's a great companion, and they're actually now beginning to look more like the Doctor companion relationship. It's building. You can see it there in front of your eyes, which is really good to see. He's been toned down from the madness of those early the twin dilemma, and but he's still got that edge to him. But I now on reflection, I think this is okay. I still like that, and I quite like his performance in this again. He's not afraid to be this Doctor who is different from what we've normally seen, and I love it. I do. I surprised myself as well watching this. I've really enjoyed it, and I think maybe it's a reflection that our modern Doctor Who is so bad that you watch this and think, "Wow, it's actually really good." And I've always said it: classic Doctor Who is the best. It is. It's even though I love the Christopher Eccleston era of 2005 and the David Tennant era, it's still, compared with this, not as good. This is just brilliant stuff. It's the heart of Doctor Who. Yes, this is why Doctor Who is classic Doctor Who. So that is really my review of this story. I think it's a good story. And also the fact, people, again, we always have these arguments about Doctor Who raising issues and questions of the day. And here it is doing it in a very good way. You don't feel it's preaching to you, but it's making some interesting points about what particularly was going on at the time in terms of video nasties and the influence of violence on TV and videos. All this kind of issues are there, but you don't feel you've been preached at. It just feels it's making its point, and that's what it does. And maybe there's a lesson to learn, I think, for modern Doctor Who. You don't need to do what you're doing. You can do it like this, and there's no problem at all. Anyhow, but I have gone on. So before I go, I'll just show you my DVD. I love these DVDs, as you know. I'll never get rid of my DVD collection of Doctor Who. And there's the back. There's some extras on here. Not a tremendous amount of extras. So this was quite an early release, actually. You can see as well, because it's the plain silver disc. Got a nice little leaflet there. But yeah, I remember this definitely. It was probably the first Colin Baker release. And I think it's great. I absolutely love it. And then, of course, it was released in this wonderful Blu-ray. These sets are wonderful. The collection, season 22. So, in fact, I'll just sum it up. We've got VHS was released in 1993. The DVD that I've got here, 2001. And the a special edition came out of this, and that was released 2012. And then, of course, this on Blu-ray in 2022. Fantastic. Yeah, Absolutely wonderful. Yes, well, that's it. I've enjoyed it. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and then have a look in the playlist, and you can see all the previous reviews I've done of Doctor Who. They're all in there. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I'll always reply to them. And also, if you really do like the video, please give it a like. If you give this a like, it gets it onto YouTube, and then hopefully other people might enjoy it. And that's it. Yes. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.